Alfred Jones has now had two chances to return to society and change his ways. Both times he failed. KAKE's Abby Barnett now joins us live with more on the likelihood that the parole board will let Jones try to make the third time a charm. Abby.
Well, dozens of family and friends showed up today to the parole board to make an emotional plea, asking them not to grant parole to Alfred Jones, the man who murdered their loved ones.
They were never able to see their children or their grandchildren.
Susan and John Marshall were closing up their store and getting ready to go home one night in 1966, but they never made it. Alfred Jones was waiting outside with a gun.
For no reason, he kills these two people. He shot John twice and killed him,
leaving two children without a mother and a father. To pay for his crimes, Jones was sentenced to 2 life terms, locked in jail.
He's been on parole twice that we know of in Kansas and found himself back in the system both times. So.
And family says with a history of criminal behavior, he'll be back in the system if let out now on his 3rd parole opportunity.
He can still drink, he can still take drugs, and he can most certainly shoot a gun.
Why family, friends, and Deputy District Attorney O'Connor are doing what they can to ensure Jones stays right where he is, behind bars.
So the state of Kansas, through the district attorney's office and as a representative of the people of this jurisdiction in criminal matters, we vehemently oppose his release again.
The parole board will meet again over the next 5 or 6 weeks. That's when they'll make their final decision on Alfred Jones' parole. We're live in downtown Wichita. Abby Barnett, 8 News.
A young couple nearly 40 years ago is getting another chance at getting out of prison. Alfred Jones murdered John and Susan Marshall in 1966 while they were closing up their shop for the night. Jones was sentenced to serve 2 life terms in prison for his crimes. Now up for parole, family and friends of the victims are asking the parole board to deny Jones. The parole board will meet again after today's hearing to make their final decision. Well, jury